Welcome, dear listeners, to another chilling episode of Wicked Whispers, where the shadows come alive and nightmares whisper their secrets. Welcome to the haunting tale of Cropsey, a legend that has terrified the residents of Staten Island for decades. What began as a chilling bedtime story evolved into a horrifying reality that shook the community to its core. This is the story of Cropsey, a tale where urban myth and true crime intersect, creating a narrative that is as compelling as it is terrifying. The legend of Cropsey began as a local boogeyman story, whispered among children and passed down through generations. According to the myth, Cropsey was an escaped mental patient who roamed the woods of Staten Island, preying on young children. Parents would use the tale to keep their kids from straying too far from home, warning them that Cropsey would snatch them away if they misbehaved. The terrifying legend took a dark turn with the real-life horrors of the Willowbrook State School. Opened in 1947, Willowbrook was intended as a state-of-the-art facility for children with intellectual disabilities. However, by the 1960s, it had become a living nightmare. Overcrowded, underfunded, and understaffed, the school became infamous for its inhumane conditions and mistreatment of residents. In 1972, a young investigative reporter named Geraldo Rivera exposed the shocking conditions at Willowbrook in a documentary that horrified the nation. The footage revealed children living in filth, neglected, and subjected to abuse. The scandal led to the eventual closure of Willowbrook in 1987, but the stories of suffering left a lasting scar on the community. As the buildings of Willowbrook stood abandoned, they became a haunting ground for a sinister figure, Andre Rand. Born Frank Russian, Rand worked as a custodian at Willowbrook in the 1960s and 1970s. After the school closed, he continued to live in the area, inhabiting the ruins and woods surrounding the institution. Rand's presence in the community was unsettling. He was a drifter with a criminal record, including charges of kidnapping and attempted sexual assault. His eerie demeanor and habit of living off the grid made him a prime suspect when children began disappearing from Staten Island. The first known victim was Alice Pereira, who vanished in 1972 at the age of 5. Alice was playing in her neighborhood when she disappeared without a trace. Despite extensive searches, no clues were found. The community was shaken, but the worst was yet to come. In 1981, 7-year-old Holly Ann Hughes disappeared while running an errand with a friend. Witnesses reported seeing Holly with a man fitting Andre Rand's description. Despite his criminal past and proximity to the crime, there was insufficient evidence to charge him. The disappearances continued, each more disturbing than the last. 11-year-old Tyahese Jackson vanished in 1983, and 22-year-old Hank Caforio, who had an intellectual disability, went missing in 1984. The cases bore eerie similarities, but still, no concrete evidence linked Rand to the crimes. In 1987, the body of 12-year-old Jennifer Schweiger, who had Down syndrome, was found buried in a shallow grave on the grounds of Willowbrook. Jennifer had disappeared earlier that year, and a massive search effort led to the discovery of her remains. The discovery was a turning point, as witnesses had seen Jennifer with Andre Rand shortly before her disappearance. Rand was arrested and charged with Jennifer's murder. The trial was a media sensation, with the prosecution painting Rand as a deranged predator who preyed on the most vulnerable. Despite the circumstantial nature of the evidence, the jury found him guilty of kidnapping, though not of murder, due to the lack of direct proof. Rand was sentenced to 25 years to life in prison. In 2004, new evidence led to Rand being charged with the 1981 kidnapping of Holly Ann Hughes. Witnesses came forward, and advances in forensic technology provided stronger links between Rand and the crimes. He was convicted and received an additional 25 years to life sentence, ensuring he would never be released. The legend of Cropsey, once a ghost story to scare children, had become terrifyingly real. Andre Rand embodied the fears and horrors that the myth represented. The tale of Cropsey serves as a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk behind even the most innocuous of legends. The story of Cropsey has continued to fascinate and horrify, inspiring documentaries, films, and countless discussions. The 2009 documentary, Cropsey, by filmmakers Joshua Zaman and Barbara Brancaccio, delves into the intertwining of myth and reality, exploring the impact of Rand's crimes on the Staten Island community. The legend of Cropsey is a haunting narrative that blurs the lines between myth and reality. It is a story of fear, loss, and the chilling realization that sometimes the monsters of our childhood stories are all too real. Join us as we continue to explore the dark corners of true crime and urban legends, uncovering the truths that lie hidden in the shadows. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the heart of darkness. This has been The Legend of Cropsey, Staten Island's urban myth turned real nightmare.